I need 2,000 more dust. Okay, gotcha. No problem. So we'll definitely make sure we do that. Okay, so counting down 3, 2, 1, action. Hello guys, Turtleags here, bringing you another AFK Journey video. Today we are going to talk about one of my favorite topics, which is basically how to create a guild, why you even want to be in a guild, tips and tricks for how to recruit folks, how to be a good leader, and how when you become a successful guild, making the top of the leaderboards to basically maintain that edge, constantly evolve your guild, and perhaps run a secondary guild. I'll talk about how to manage all that and who to recruit, that sort of thing. So without further ado, let's begin. So what is a guild? One of the cool things, one of my most favorite features of AFK Journey is the guild mechanic, where basically when you reach residence level 30, you're able to either create or join a guild. And each guild can have up to 30 members. And basically, there's many ways you can, contribute to the guild. For instance, doing dailies, completing battles, clearing the main story, other content like this. And as one of the top guilds, you do earn prizes. So just going over the prizes, because we always want to think about incentives here. So basically, here you have tier rewards. So if you're in a guild that is ranked 1 through 3, you get 12,000 guild medals. If you're ranked 4 through 20, you get 10,000 guild medals, and then so on and so forth. The reason why you care about guild medals is because when you go here, if I go to the mystical house and go into the emporium, these guild medals you can trade for really good rewards, such as the stargazing summons here, or the epic letters here. Good morning, Reggie. Good to see you. You're on YouTube right now. Or what most people save up for are these hypogen/celestials. These are very powerful units that are able to change the pace of the game quite dramatically, particularly Scarlita, as well as Rainier, which are known as some of the endgame characters you eventually want to acquire for your account to get high Dream Realm points, as well as to really push high up there in the Trial of the Abyss, as an example. So going back to guilds, basically when you create a guild, you'll run into basically, it'll ask you, okay, what's the name of your guild? What kind of announcement you want on there. When you go into manage here, you can change your guild name. You can do guild tags. So like for instance, in the beginning of our guild creation, we set it to like, casual player, or like team player welcomes beginners, socially active. Those were our initial tags. But now that we have solidified ourselves as one of the top guilds in the server, we're on server 25, we're always top 3, either second or third place typically. So for this reason, we want to basically attract people who are extremely active, who are heavy hitters. So we have like frequent competitor, full attendance, fortune's fave as an example. Server 50 here, nice. Yeah, so you can set guild tags, you can edit your guild banner, and this is really fun. So you just kind of think about the vision for your guild. You can select different patterns. So in my case, I decided to choose the tree because I want our guild to constantly grow and flourish. Hey Robinator, good to see you. I'm filming a video right now on how to create a guild, how to maintain your edge, how to be in the top. So I'm just going over guild creation right now. So you can select your pattern, the color, the border color, all that. It's really a lot of fun. And then you can even select the shading pattern and whatnot. That's your banner. And then and then you can set, if you require approval to join the guild, which I highly recommend turning that on, and then having custom titles. So this is where you can have several titles. Obviously, as the leader, you'll have the red emblem signifying that you're the leader, and then you can also set like vice leaders or other leaders who help maintain, like let's say you're sleeping or something, you can have those folks kind of manage the guild, recruit people as needed, or perhaps kick the people who have been inactive for more than a day or maybe not participating in drill runs. Thank you so much for the follow, Tilde. Really appreciate you. Thank you for your support. Yes, so once you've created all of that, you'll have a guild, and then what you want to do is you want to click the dot dot dot, check apply. There will be people who, if you have an open slot available, people can find your channel. Now, if you are your guild, but if you're someone who just created a guild and you want to get your name out there, what you can do is go to apply, or you can go to see, invite, there we go. You go to invite, you go to server, and you can click the check mark to share your guild with the server. That way people who go to this chat box here, when they go to server, as you can see, there's people recruiting. This is generally how people find you. I do highly recommend that when you start a guild, consider finding either an in real life friend or someone who you've been playing many games with, someone who you trust to basically create the guild with you. Basically, you'll be the leader and you'll designate them as like vice leader or something and help manage the guild. Having a second or even third in command to help you manage the guild who actually genuinely care about the growth of your guild will really help you out with maintaining the growth and the status of your channel. Yeah, so now that we've talked about the basics of creating your guild as well as how to recruit people, let's talk about why you create a guild. Why do guilds matter, right? So guilds matter for a number of reasons. I've already talked about the guild points, but there's also something called drill runs. Battle drills rather. And so here is where managing your guild is going to be very important, because once you clear the first map, we're actually technically on the third map right now, you basically you basically have half your team go one side and half the team go the other. And this is where your leadership really comes into play, because I got no friends. This is why I need guilds. Oh, Monka. Yeah, it'd be like that sometimes. It's okay. I'm here for you, exactly. So as you can see, you want an active guild, because you do want all 30 of your guildmates to be attacking. Currently, we have 7 people who still need to attack. And so, this is very important. Like, when you check your guild, you can see their activeness, right? Activeness is basically when your guildmates accomplish guild quests, they accumulate points, which help level up your guild. And actually, we're almost level 6, which is the maximum number. The reason why you want to level up your guild is because and why you want to acquire active guild members is because the more points you have, the more experience points your guild gains. And by leveling up, you gain certain perks such as being able to increase the level cap of your guild, which allows your guild to gain more guild points for themselves as well as the guild, which translates to more weekly rewards, which is very, very good. Yeah, so as you can see here, you can check the power level of your guild, the activeness. You can see when they logged in. I always check this periodically to make sure people are active. You don't want people to be logged off for more than a day, because it shows they don't really care about their progress in the game, and that can hurt your guild. Why exactly you are in here? Yeah. Dude, how can you spend so much? You must be a doctor or something. I'm a manager for a clinic. Yeah, but anyways, yes, and I am a content creator too, so I wouldn't spend as much if I wasn't. So as you can see here, I'm the guild leader, but I wasn't always. That's another thing too. So when the game came out about an hour in, my content creator friend Lucky Lux and I, here is Lucky Lux, he basically created his guild and I joined to support him. and we both managed the guild around the clock. So, he's in the US, I'm in Europe. So basically, between the two of us, we're always maintaining the activeness of the guild 24/7. We do have people in our guild from around the world, whether it be the US, Europe, or parts of Asia. So, uh, yeah. So basically, what I generally do, as you can see in the guild announcement, we say seeking motivated players for endgame challenges such as Dream Realm and Trial of the Abyss requirements daily/drills. Now there are certain guilds, like the top guild, who I can show you here. So Kurata is a very good guild leader, very active. He actually sets minimum requirements where, for instance, for his guild to join, you must join Discord. You have to have minimum 7.5 mil power. This is how he creates an edge. And additionally, he has a wait list where, if there's people who want to join but there's no room in this guild, you have a feeder guild called Worthless. And actually, this is the next part of the video that I want to talk about is once you have acquired your 30, you're making it to the top, you're consistently ranking top 3, and you have people constantly messaging you every day who want to join the guild. Well, you can do one of two things. One is you can kick someone to add them, but what I would recommend actually is to develop loyalty and to make sure your guildmates know that so long as they're active, that they will continue to be in this guild. You can create either a secondary guild or you can create an alliance with another active guild that already has leadership. In my case, what ended up happening was that the person from, let me see, yeah, so this guild Eden, who was ranked 4th, reached out to me and he was like, hey, we do have some people who want to join a more active, more powerful guild, but at the same time, we do want to continue to grow as a guild. Could we perhaps form an alliance with you? And I got on Discord with Eden's leader, and we kind of talked about our vision for our guilds, and basically you want to go win-win. You do want to maintain the edge for your guild, but you want to make sure your feeder guild has an edge as well. Wait, you manage a clinic? Wait, you're living my dream while playing video games and being a doctor. Yeah, I can talk more about that after I film this video. Creating fear is better. That way they log on so they don't get kicked. Yes, so about that, there's different ways to manage. Certainly, if you want to be the top guild, you want to emphasize that, they're logged off for more than 24 hours, then kick them. In my case, because I talk to Lucky Lux pretty much every day over Discord, and basically what we discussed was that we want to make sure our guild is, a healthy guild that we basically provide value to the people in our guild, and then in turn, they stay in our guild, they contribute to the guild. It's a symbiotic relationship. Yeah. Anyway, all to which to say that the alliance that we did with Eden, basically our plan was, okay, Eden will send their heavy hitters to our guild, and as our lucky guild continues to grow, I get DMs every day by high leveled, high strength folks who want to join, and I say, hey, we would love to have you, but we currently don't have a spot for you. However, please talk to the leader of the Eden Guild, who we have created an alliance with, to join their guild. That way, when we have room for you in Lucky, we'll eventually move you into the Lucky Guild. So Eden is essentially our feeder guild, and we decided that we would actually have Eden's leader join our guild. So that's why, as you can see here, Kale, who was the leader of Eden, he actually joined our guild to facilitate moving people to our guild, some heavy hitters who are at least 9 mil plus in power. We did acquire a bunch of them. And then we will send some of our people who have yet to grow over to that feeder guild. So, by doing it that way, unless they are inactive, otherwise, if you're trying to grow as a guild it is a good idea to have a feeder guild. That way, people who might not be holding up their end as well, like maybe like right now we're facing resonance 172 enemies. It might be too tough for some of our 1 mil 2 mil folks. It's a disservice for them to fight in a battle that they're kind of monka s'ing through. But you still want them to be top 4 or top 3, so you basically put them in a feeder guild that's also very active, and so it's basically like a win-win. Yeah. So now that I talked about feeder guilds and everything, let's talk about actually doing well in guilds, the drill runs in particular. Now there is one really cool strat that you can do to give your team an edge. One thing is that when you're in like around here, for instance, the weak sauce kind of enemies. Watch that mic gets hell on my ears. Oh, sorry about that. Okay. How's the volume now? Is that all right? Here, I'll lower the volume a little bit. Yeah, so talking now about how to run your guild. So what I typically do about a day before, it's when you touched it. Oh, sorry about that. You touched the mic. Oh, sorry. I was sweeping dust off the mic. Sorry about that. Sorry about that. Uh, yeah, my bad. And hey, Twister, good to see you. That touched the mic. I'm so sorry, guys. Um, You can turn the volume up again. Okay, got it. By the way, I do live stream, so for those of you on YouTube who are watching this video, you can hop onto twitch.tv/turtleags. I do live stream AFK Journey every day. So what I typically do a day, or maybe like half a day or a couple of hours before the drill run begins, is I typically like to send a mail. And the way you send mail is you basically go into your guild, you click the dot dot dot, and you click mail. And then from there you can type a heading, and then you can type your message. And so typically I try not to spam my guild members. What I typically do though, just to show, obviously I have a Discord channel. I have 2 Discord channels actually for my guild and the feeder guild. And also the top guilds tend to have a Discord channel, but not everyone has Discord. But usually the whales and the low and dolphin spenders typically have Discord. So what you can do is create a Discord channel, but you can also send mail. And so just kind of showing you a typical message that I send prior to each drill run is what I do is I designate sides. So, because you can only pick one side, and once you enter a side, you have to stick with that side. So typically what I do is I create a spreadsheet, basically, and then sort everybody by power, and then I'll do like left, right, left, right, left, right, starting from the strongest, like 35 mil power people, all the way down to like the 2 or 1 mil power people, and then evenly split it. Okay, you 15 take the right side, you other 15 take the left side. And that's essentially what I did here. And what this does, it does 2 things. One is like, okay, everybody knows that you're a leader who is giving out commands. We're actually taking this seriously. We're actually trying to reach the top. But additionally, you're sending a message like, hey, like each one of you has an assignment. I'm monitoring your activity. So, at the minimum, do log in, do participate in the drill runs. This is the expectation I have for you being in our guild. Yeah, so that I do highly recommend you do that. I don't know how other people do it. They might do it in Discord, but personally, not everyone has a Discord, so I just send the mail, make it easy for everyone. Okay, so now that we've talked about that, let's talk about actually pushing. So generally what I tell people is like, for those of you who are pretty well invested in your account, when you do the initial attacks for like in the beginning here or in the side here, or perhaps in here as well, is you basically have a team consisting of 3 units. When I go over here, let's say we want, I just realized I don't have my volume turned on, huh? Oh, actually I do, okay. So as you can see, there's easy, regular, and hard. I'm gonna go ahead and pick hard. Oh, okay, claim buffs. Right. Let's go ahead and claim some buffs. So as you go along the way, you'll be able to claim buffs. Okay, how do I claim the buffs again? Command center. Oh, this is where you add your teammates. Oh, and there's a really neat trick you can do. I'll go ahead and teach it to you right now, which is that if you don't have that many built characters, what you can do to kind of cheese out more stamina is you basically swap out, heroes that you plan to use in your secondary team, or in your main team with someone who you plan to introduce into the squad. So let's say I want to swap with I want to bring Tamisia in here. Okay, and then now, okay, and then say I want to keep Carolina, so I'm going to swap Carolina with someone. Let's say Vala, right? And then let's say I want to have more stamina for my Arden right now. So I'll go ahead and swap with, say, Odie. He's going to be useful later. Okay, and then who else? Is there anyone else? Let's go ahead and do like Thorin. Okay. Let's see. Who else do I want with Kruger? Okay, and then let's do one more. I promise there is a reason I'm doing this. So maybe we can swap. Okay, anyways, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to add people who I want to have stamina. So I'm going to go ahead and deploy him. Now because I'm deploying him, he will get 24 stamina right now. Yeah, so this is kind of a way to cheese it so that characters you've already used, like your strongest characters, you can get stamina back to them. But this only works if you have empty slots. So, I can add Carolina, and then Carolina will have stamina, and then Arden will have stamina. Thorin will have stamina. Okay, and then let me see if there's anyone else. Okay, and then I can probably do Cassidy, Euron. I'm just thinking who my main team would be. Okay, and we do want Damien. Well, we could probably do... You could probably do Damien, yeah. Okay. So basically the way stamina works in this game is that every time you do an attack, it'll cost, say, like 12 stamina or 18 stamina, depending on which battles you fight. And basically stamina is what you need in order to do your attacks. It's in your best interest to not only have strong players, but to also have players who are very resourceful with their stamina usage, because you could be the strongest whale in the world, like you could have a guild with a bunch of whales, but if they're not attacking or if they're not smart, then someone who maybe has not spent as much on the game, but who's smarter and more tactical can still push your guild to really high scores. Yeah, you can grab your buff from the left side, click the card. Oh, thank you so much, Abish. Yeah, buff on the left side, click the card. How do I put the buff on me again? Oh, available. Oh yeah, here we go. So these are buffs that you get by clearing towers. So there's different options you can go. Let me see. So at the start of battle, each allied hero gains 600 energy and 40 haste for 6 seconds. I think that's extremely valuable. But you could also have like more defense and then more attack as well. So that's valuable as well. Personally, I like to go more offense. because these enemies aren't that difficult. So I'll just do like instant momentum. I think that'll really help a lot. So that's for me personally. But all of these are very good, actually. I mean, having more physical and magic defense as well as increased attack is always good. I would take the versatile style. Okay, yeah, so I'm probably going to pick that. Also, you can do battle drills with only 3 units. Exactly. So Chad is absolutely right. I'm not going to illustrate it here just because I'm going to face the harder content, but you can most definitely make it so that you're only sending 3 or 4 units at a time. Minimum, you have to have a party of 3 units. That'll allow you to do more attacks. When I did my initial attacks, I only sent 3 units at a time. And if you clear the enemies in with 60 seconds remaining or more, you get some stamina back, which over time can allow you to do more attacks. Yeah, or style. Take focus hit or style. Yeah, so people have different value systems for what is most beneficial. I'm going to go with this because versatile style, because it has a perfect balance between offense and defense, and I don't know how squishy my weaker guild members are. So I'm going to select versatile style. So we have a collection of buffs here that really help out. As you progress through, you want to make sure you activate these buffs. That way, any of your guild members attacking will have additional, buffs to help them clear content quick. Good morning. New levels in PvP seem to be capped or level by 1 after 150. What about equipment? Levels in machines. Yes, correct. In order to balance PvP, what they did was that for every level above a certain amount, you take 10% of that only. So that makes it so that whales aren't that huge of a discrepancy from lower levels. Yeah. Okay, so let's go ahead and do an attack here. Now I'm trying to remember how difficult hard is. Generally speaking, what I do is I generally don't risk it. I typically when I do hard mode, I want to make sure I'm clearing with more than 60 seconds remaining, because you'll see that I'll gain extra stamina, which if I'm consistent, I will have extra attacks. So we'll do that. Okay. So this is kind of like my team here. Okay, and I think this is pretty good. Okay, so we'll go ahead and do the fight. I like to go more offensive because I'm trying to blitz through. Hey Meow, good to see you. You're on YouTube right now. So I typically like to choose the Star Shard spell. Of course, choose the spell that will help you survive and also maximize your damage. Yeah, so we'll go ahead and begin. See how this goes. If I feel like the enemies are too easy, then I'll probably reduce the number of characters that I bring in. Okay, so obviously my team is like way overpowered, so now I know, okay, I don't need to bring all 5 units. The most important thing is that you don't want to botch a run, because that's the worst thing that can happen. As you can see, because the battle duration was more than 60 seconds left, I gained an extra 6 stamina. So if that happens twice, then you get an extra attack basically for your team. Yeah, so okay, it looks to me okay, so we'll keep going here. So now I know I only need to probably bring 4 units. As a matter of fact, I probably don't even need Damien. Yeah, that was actually really easy. So I probably only need 3 attackers here. Let me see if I can still get above 60 seconds. I should. Let's try it out. Yeah, formation is incomplete. Begin the battle anyways. So I wouldn't do 3 or 4 members unless you know that you can clear content or clear the stage really fast. So let's go ahead and do this. Okay. Yeah, so we're actually doing pretty well overall. Yeah, you want to clear in over 60 seconds. Okay, we did, so that's excellent. I probably should have gone more offensive there. Yeah, so this is an example of how you can do 3. Okay, so let's keep going. Okay, so we